The bright star spoke, and her voice was like a clarion cry, calling his soul forth. He knew her for the right hand of the shining god, and was afraid. So, yeah, I'll read that one. Nothing in any of these, huh? What are we gonna face in here? Whoa, that's really cool. Look at that screenshot moment right here. Mental note to me.
Views like this remind me why I came to the Living Lands in the first place.
Yeah, I can.
Stirs here.
Oh. Weird. Look at like the nests or whatever hanging down here. Assuming nests, I don't really know. Yeah, you never know. Yeah, I grew up playing Zelda.
Someone got clumsy.
Where's the tripwire? Oh, right here. Yeah, I grew up playing Zelda. You know, you had to break everything to find all the jewels, the gems. These purple lined mushrooms look really cool.
That statue. How did anyone build that all the way down here?
Her jewels, whispers of searing light.
Whispers of searing light. I have no idea if I'm too high, like low level to be here either. I have no idea what I'm walking into. Oh, there's some enemies. Oh, here's some more enemies.
Want to sneak or fight?
Is this enough for me to hide? It is.
Worse than raw.
Darn. Oh, looks so cool. I will say it does seem like they generally let you kind of know if there's anything in the pots. So I do feel like I'm kind of wasting my time with a lot of this, but I just can't help it. I'm going to be very upset if I find out later I missed stuff. Oh, more of the drawings.
Quiet as the depths.
So I just got to destroy it all. Oh, big boy. I think we're behind him. Let's see if I can get to him before he turns around. Nice.
Glad you're on my side.
Zarup tongue. Ugh. So happy I get to hold on to that. Let's see. Oh, wrong thing. Grenade. What's the difference? So that one will take us over there. I see stuff over there. It is very fun to smash stuff. I don't know why, but when I think about that, what comes to mind is when I was in like welding class in high school forever ago. There were times where we had to do destruction, you know, like break stuff down. And that was always so fun, especially with like plasma cutters and torches and stuff. Well, Carloda. I can find no more use to put my talents in our pitless land, so I must go. The water freezes, I create art from it. The water melts, my art dissolves. The water freezes again. The cycle once brought me peace. Sorry. I looked upon my work and was comforted by the impertinence of all things. I took comfort in Ramsgard's promise of the end. Man, some of these names are tripping me up so bad, so sorry if I enunciate them incorrectly. But even the ice carver is not impervious to the cold, and the new wind that blows from north from Kazayo, maybe use quiet, I don't know, from the cracks of the in-between, chills me to my bones. There is something wrong with the world, Lodha, and not even your bright smile can set this cycle to rights. I head to the living lands. The vitality that fled my art is gathering there, condensing, and now a new chill rises in the land. A great conflict is coming, and our master will need his harbingers at his side. If Vatnir returns, tell him to come, but my love, I beg you, do not follow us. To serve our God most faithfully, I must believe you're still alive. It's kind of dark. Hold on. So was there... I think there's probably something over here. Big jump! Oh no, this is just another way around. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Oh, son of a bitch. Is it this whole thing right here? It is. That's the first trap I've set off. I'm kind of disappointed. Daily affirmations of focus and efficiency. All errors can be reforged into lessons. Abaddon rebuilt himself from ruin. No setback is insurmountable, not even death itself, so long as the soul is dedicated to the task. Work hard, work well. Abaddon demands only honest labor and forthright service. All errors can be reforged if your first intentions are pure. All ignorance can be reforged into knowledge. Master your craft. Excel at what you have been trusted to do. Do not offend your teacher by remaining a student forever. Each generation must forge its successors. Teach your trade to all who are willing to learn, and in doing so, multiply the fruits of your knowledge. All difficulties can be reforged into triumphs. Meet strife with humility and acceptance. Let adversity temper the ingot of your will, and you will never shatter. Embrace your station. Fulfill your duties of your rank, and meddle not in the affairs of your betters. All guilds fail at their weakest link. Number 7. All loss can be reforged into strength. Profitable work heals into all emptiness. So long you have the tools of your trade, you will always be able to forge wealth anew. Value the works of others, and they will value your works in return. Share the harvest with the hungry, and your tools with the destitute. All souls can be reforged into whatever we will. Hard work is not exclusive to life. Death is no time for complacency. Commit yourself to excellence in this cycle and the next.
Hold it together, kid.
They talk a lot about rebirth in this game. I think that's gonna hurt me if I go in there, because I'm pretty sure it will. I'm loving these colors, by the way. Like this blue with the light coming in with the purples and everything. Love it. Are we cool? You attack me, I'm gonna hurt you.
Not my brother.
No, I am not.
I got to be dreaming. Oh gods, am I dead? Is this the Beyond spirit? Have you come to take me to Galawain's side?
The kid's in bad shape, but he's not too far gone. I think we can help him.
I'm not ready. I've never even touched a girl. It's not fair.
I mean, I feel it. That sucks. I've never even touched a girl. It's not fair. Let's see. Kyle, we can't let this kid die of version. Can you help him?
Not with that. No. Oh, you mean healing him. Sorry, I'm all out of potions. I don't know any healing magic either.
Magic?
I got a potion.
I had to learn some magic, but only the kind that explodes. I don't want to explode. Please help me.
Yeah, here's the healing potion, bud.
Oh, God, that's wretched. Are you sure you're not trying to kill me?
That's just the medicine working. And look, you're halfway to lucid. And your wounds are closing up.
Oh, wow. I feel leagues better.
You're
I thought
welcome.
for sure you were coming to take me back to the wheel. Who are you? What you doing down here?
Yeah, side note, the way I got this model for the bear, it's in the press kit for the game. Like, that's also why I printed it. I thought it was super cool they even included the STL in the press kit. So yeah, if you want to print one of your own, you just gotta go download the press kit. Let's see, I could ask you the same question. Are you with the Expedition Corps?
Free Expedition Corps out of High Crown. Yeah, that's us. Well, that's me anyway. The rest of those assholes went on without me after I got hurt. We'll come back for you once we've got the relic, Admin. Honest.
Honest.
Yeda was probably hoping I'd croak so she wouldn't have to tell our freak how she abandoned me. All she cares about is that Oracle and his relic, which is probably just a big old dog bone if you ask me. It's probably still down there, fiddling with the statue. You must have seen it on your way in.
Anything I need to know about the Oracle?
I doubt I know much more than you do. I mean, you're godlike, just like him.
Come on, kid. Don't get starstruck now.
Well, he's touched by Aedyr, right? And he's supposed to be old, like hundreds of years old. And I don't mean elf old, he's extra old, like Aedyr has been keeping him alive or something.
Great. He's old.
He's old.
Anything else?
He used to receive pilgrims, but only the ones who could make it to him. This place, it's like a trial.
Yeah, we've seen the same traps and crumbling buildings you have.
And he's building something. A statue of Aedyr, I think. But I don't know what for. I mean, after what Aedyr did in the Deadfire, people don't come here anymore.
I'll go speak with the Oracle
He'll be the
then.
last one to have seen him, I bet. I'll just rest up here a minute before I head back to Paradise.
Take it easy. No sense getting yourself into another scrape.
Promise, I'll take it slow. Hey, Envoy, for what it's worth, I really thought I was gonna die down here.
I want to choose the awkwardly clear throat one, but that's not like the character I'm playing, so... given the extent of your injuries, you certainly would have.
It's a lucky thing you found me then.
Yep. Oh, I still get to do it. Well, anyway, I should go.
Right, yeah. You got those assholes to save and everything. I hope they're better off than I was.
Should really look into getting a printer. They're not that expensive. The model I have is called an Ender 3 V2 Neo, or just Ender 3, you can look it up. And I want to say now they're only like 150 bucks new. They're not the fastest by any means. There are ones way faster, but when you're learning, it's not that big of a deal.
Juliana's girls will too.
Oh.
So, the kid said the expedition team went deeper, looking for the Oracle. I say we head after him.
Yep, that's the plan. While we continue to skulk around and find stuff we can take. What is this thing? I honestly don't know what that is. Belts, common bow. Oh, I was afraid that might explode in my face. The history of the Living Lands. Oh man, the Living Lands don't exist. There certainly is an island. Certainly there are valleys, there are rivers, lakes, mountains, there are trees and fungi in abundance. Taken together, these do not constitute. Taken together, do these not constitute the living lands? I will concede that they can constitute the description of a continent that this continent lies north of the equator, and that this continent is equidistant from Aedyr and Ruatai. Oh man, the names are killing me in this game. I will concede that this continent is real so long as you and I walk upon it. We call the islands living lands, but the living lands is merely a descriptor of its attributes. A list of attributes does not alone make up this place. I believe that for a place to become real, it must have a name. For a name to be real, it must have history. History confers meaning, and meaning is given to a name by its namer. But the living lands cannot be this island's name, because I have traveled its breadth, climbed its peaks, and delved its countless depths, and I've discovered that the living lands has no namer at all. Unless the words we use to describe the continent, the living lands, were given to us by the godless. Unless these words have meaning, only they could comprehend. Unless these words have a history, only they can know. And Hexi, the thisness of this place, was lost with them. Hexi. I've never seen that word in my life. Wonder if that guy will like... Yeah, that's what I was helping.
Right behind you.
Oh, damn, that sucks. Come on down, bud. Oh, so disappointed that guy moved right as I was about to stab him in the back. I do hope 3D models in press kits becomes much more common, because that was just such a cool little feature. Captain Jada. The relic you seek is but one of many in the many thorns in the rotten heart of this land. Claim it for Aedyr. And should its efficacy be confirmed, you can appropriately reward.
Didn't realize the head of the steel garrote was into antiques.
Oh, they're into power. Everyone's into power. I'm only a few hours in, but one thing I can say is that there are a ton of different styles of chests, and I really kind of dig that. It's not just one chest that they rescale to make it bigger or smaller. I wonder if that's the dude.
I see someone. Be ready for anything.
Yeah, speaking of being ready for anything,
Can it be? Come, stand in the light. Let me look at you.
wow.
It has been too long. I had feared I was the last of us, but you... Oh, the very sight of you is a balm for the soul. I am the Oracle Sargemus, servant of the once shining god, he whose light has lately dimmed. What brings you to this sacred space?
Oh man, a lot of options. I heard there was a temple of Ethos in this cave.
Be welcome, for you have found it. People like you and I once sought this place in moments of spiritual turmoil, when the world and our souls could not find rest. Moments of war, famine, massacres. when those such as us are called upon to speak the gods' wills and to lead. But I have seen not one of us these last 3 years, and it is rare indeed that pilgrims come to pray. Perhaps our meeting now is the work of immortal hands. I pray that it is so.
Why would godlikes visit this temple and not the temples of their patron god?
Godlike. Such a meager word for us, who are the gods' eyes and ears and hearts. We are the phenomena through which the gods experience the world. We are as like the gods as a finger is like a man. You and I and our raptured brethren, we are the gods themselves.
That's all very poetic, but it doesn't answer the question. Is this place special to godlikes?
It had been once, when we were legion, but no longer. Our kind came here to find fellowship and understanding, in a world determined to bend us to its purposes.
Yeah, the world does that. I've wondered what purpose the Emperor had in naming me his envoy.
This is a heavy burden you carry, to be beloved of both a god and a god among men. I imagine one cannot help but wonder, did he elevate you for your skills and knowledge, your strengths, your accomplishments, or for what you are? You and I are instruments of a divine will. In choosing you to be his envoy, your Emperor ennobles his purpose and tarnishes yours.
Let's see, did you build this statue?
Indeed. It has been my obsession these last few years. Hewn by my own hands from stone in Aedyr, and no small degree of melancholy. I suspect it will be my last great labor before this body is returned to the earth, and I am returned to my god.
Man, I actually want to ask both of those questions. Are you dying?
If I am, it is from an affliction that death will not cure. But no, brother. I am only very old. My light is waning. As Aethys' essence leaves the world, I am leaving with him. His essence has kept me alive for centuries, and soon we will enter the longest night.
Longest night. You mentioned you're very old?
Indeed, my soul has dwelled in this form for centuries, beyond even the lifespan of the longest-lived elf. My lord Aethys inspired my birth in the same year the kingdom of Aedyr was founded. You might say my birth heralded the empire you now serve.
You must have witnessed some unbelievable things.
Many, yes. Some that inspired awe, others dread. For a time, I proselytized among the colonists who first settled Glanfath. I held the door of my parish church against an onslaught of Glanfathan raiders, and I watched them fall prostrate before my light. I tended the wounded in the Broken Stone War, the War of Black Trees, the War of Defiance, and in many wars that were never given the dignity of a name, and since have been forgotten. I can hardly recall them anymore.
But that was over 600 years ago.
About 630, yes. Give or take a decade. One does lose count.
So why haven't you died yet?
That is a question for my lord. I have asked him many times, but even when he spoke to me, he would not say. I suspect it is his essence that has kept me alive, and now that he has abandoned this world, well, I soon expect to die.
Aedyr talked to you?
In prayer, in dreams, as I ate and loved and labored, his voice was a constant murmuring in my ear. But when I spoke to him, he never did reply. So, do not mistake his talking for a conversation. He only wanted to be heard.
Interesting. You spent a long time in the Dryerwood. What made you stay?
The Deerwood has been a troubled place since the very moment of its inception. Conflicts erupted as regularly as spring flowers, to bloom and die as swiftly. So, there is always some dark corner in need of light, if you'll indulge me in the metaphor.
Sure.
Truthfully, I had been jailed for proselytizing in Colplin, and it was to the colonies I was exiled. So it was the Deerwood or death. I had nowhere else to go.
Did you ever meet Sir Waden?
Is that what they're calling him now? I heard the man that was Widewin speak when he was but a farmer. He had a presence even then, furious, incandescent. It was astonishing, his power. I wonder, had my lord already made a home in his body by then? Did my lord share with Widewin his plans to wage a pointless, bloody war while wearing the poor man's face? What a grave injustice. To have your body stolen and be made into a saint. Tragic Widewin. Pitiable Widewin. I grieve for what became of him.
Do you wish it had been you who was made a saint?
God help me. I do. Be my guest.
I'm looking for an expedition of my countrymen. Did they pass this way?
An expedition? I'm afraid I don't understand.
An expedition? You know, treasure maps, matching outfits, campfire songs. The works.
I am familiar with the concept. Tomb raiding and the like. What troubles me is why they would come here. These ruins are not so different from the many others on this island, except that they are a good deal more treacherous.
Naturally.
And this representation of Aedyr we stand before, it is the work of my own hands. They could not hope to move it. Do you know what their purpose is here?
Do you really expect me to believe you hadn't seen them? There's only one way through this place.
It's a reasonable question, I'll grant you. You must understand, this place has seen so few visitors for so long that I often retreat into my private quarters. To read, you understand, or pray, or sleep. Age has made me slow. I tire easily. I sleep now more hours than I wake. They could have already come and gone, and I would be none the wiser. In any case, you haven't told me what it was they searched for. Or do you not know?
Should I lie? I'm gonna keep it up and up. They were searching for a relic you're rumored to keep here.
Ah, the splinter of Aedyr.
That's the one, I guess.
I suppose it was too much to hope they were here to examine these exquisite ruins. Truly, it is their loss.
What is this relic exactly?
The splinter of Aethys is a sliver of shinbone from my lord's titan body.
Oh.
It was carved from his skeleton many centuries ago. Yet long after the gods left this mortal world to claim their dominion in the beyond. The splinter is infused with the very essence of my lord's power. To illuminate without fire, to heal without injury, and to speak without voice.
Where do you keep the relic? I might find them there.
It rests in a shrine deep within this temple complex, beyond the reach of looters, visitors, or indeed, myself. The path to the relic has fallen to ruin. Some sections are flooded, and although
Oops, sorry, I didn't mean to skip
perhaps you
that.
might assist me with that.
If you're about to ask us to tidy up, think again. My place is a much bigger mess.
Oh no, I had something far grander in mind. You see, this construction beside us is no mere statue, but a reliquary I have built to house the splinter of Aethys in its appropriate grandeur. It is nearly complete, and ready for the splinter to be interred. But I can no longer reach the relic on my own. Return it to me, and who knows, perhaps you will meet your expedition along the way.
All right. I'll be back before you can say 10 praise Eotheus.
I am most grateful. Oh, and please refrain from touching my statue or devices. May light illuminate your path, brother.
I'm gonna be straight. Part of me is like, when he was talking, I was looking at all these lines that kind of looked like they could be electrical to some degree. Like, is it gonna come to life if we put it in there?
Leave those be. They protect my devices.
Now I know it's electrical. That's one of those things we can shock. Hi, kitty. I'm not oh, man. This is making me unsure if I want to help him. He's gone, but he's still with me. What form could a reliquary take that is fit to hold the splinter? Were I in High Crown still, I would petition the church for ivory, gems, and gold. For this remnant of his holy body is worth all the wealth of the Empire and more. Being as I am sequestered here, I will make do, instead, with the wealth of the land, granite from the tallest peaks, clay from the fertile riverbeds, and trunks from the most aged trees. I must work without ceasing until it is done. The memory of my lord cannot endure delay. That was 2828 Presitu. 2020 Terrasu. He's beginning to take shape. I thought at first the sanctuary would be appropriate, a temple within a temple of the godless. But then I prayed over my plans for the building's construction, and I received a vision of Eoth's Titan, as it had existed in its time. A body of strange flesh and bone, hundreds of feet tall, astride the land with a pantheon on its side, facing down the forces of chaos like elven colossal ships of the line. What crisis manifests them to inspire them to act, I know not, but I shall remake him as he once was in my own fashion. He is complete, but the statue I've made is inert, lifeless, dull. See, that thing's gonna come to life if we do this. I don't... What do you bet I have to fight it? The work of my hands does not dignify the splinter. There is something deficient in it? I don't know. I must destroy it and begin again. Oh, wow. He's made anew. His effigy is formed from granite, clay, and wood still, but the shelter is now a precious Aedyr. It glimmers even in the low light of this cavern, ceaseless and evenings. It brings the dawn into this penumbral place, as the light of his attention once brought to my soul. In the Empire, they celebrate Spring Dawn today, or they would have prior to the Saints' War. I wonder what of him remains in the beyond after the dissolution of Kaizio. I long to be with him again. What if I did not have to wonder? I'm poking around. I don't really care what he says. Yeah, like all these lines are what I was staring at when we were talking. Big jump, big jump. Reminder, source fresh lumber. Niall only seems to be able to source rotten lumber, and the contemptible stuff cannot withstand the damp of this cavern. I must find someone who can fell and hew fresh trees, or my fragile generators will be at the mercy of the Zaurips. The little bastards are remarkably furious. I'm just gonna...
Careful, please.
There's an accident. There's an accident. Nothing in here, huh? Big jump. Well, there's some gear over here. I can hear it. Or not gear necessarily, but loot. I'm a ward. Oh, more history of the living lands. What are what are we to make of the absence of Engwithians from the living lands? I think often of the hundreds of years I spent in the Eastern Reach. In all my time there, never once were the ruins of Engwith out of my sight. A trio of their standing stones loomed from the peak of a nearby hill through my bedroom window, and the long shadows of their machines fell every day over my church. The roads we trod were their roads, and the walls that divided up our land were their walls. Their temples became our markets. Our fields were littered with their tools. No mountain, nor river, no forest could stop their building, and with their technology they mastered the world. The Engwithians laid the foundation of Eora. We, the living, are merely the skin atop their bones. But they never made it to the living lands. How can that be so? And it seems like fair questions to ask. Do I want to go down here? Well, I guess I'm going. Yeah, I see lots. Oh, press. I don't want to read that. If you guys want to read it, feel free to pause. Or if you're watching this post-stream, here's your chance.
Devices are fragile.
Don't worry about it. Alright, so there's 3 things to shock at some point. Barred door. That's interesting.
The bridge is out, but that looks like the way to the relic. This reminds me of the Strangle route. But how is anything this big growing all the way down here?
Yeah, no, man. Nature's scary. Kind of surprised by how much like mechanical stuff is down here. This clay tablet is inscribed with the with the flowing vertical script in a language you've never seen before. Yul has I'm not even gonna try to enunciate any of that, but those are words, I guess, in some language. Okay, so we got something to open. Let's go up here and see what we find. Oh my god, there's so many books in here. Oh. Wow, we got spiders up in here. Big spiders up in here. Let's see if we can at least get one of them with an instant kill. Why are you still recovering? You didn't even do it yet. Weird, didn't do what I expected him to do when I hit the button. Oh, the writing of this tome is dense and spidery, and it advances across the page at a sprint, as if the author's pen had been enchanted with a spell for celerity. Whatever Muse inscrolled it with, will never be revealed, however, for the book's fragile pages swiftly degenerate into your hands. Disintegrate, I'm pretty sure is what that actually said. Oh. Oh, no.
Aye, aye.
I mean, if they're not too short, I'll read them. Stories from the Living Lands. Only the hardiest of explorers would dare take long, dangerous trek into the Living Lands. Trolls, insects, plants. Yeah, we're not reading that one. The Great Western Stag. Like, this is like multiple pages. Annals of the Pargrunin? Another history of Living Lands. I don't think there's anything up there. The Fireforged Path, the travels of that name. Oh my gosh, like these are just way incredibly too long for me to read out loud. But I'll record them, so if you want to pause and read them, you can. Strong details the plans for the creation of a large statue powered by essence. The essence is intended to be injected into the statue by an array of animatic devices. Where such a vast store of essence might come from, and what the statue could do with it is unclear.
Ready, aim.
Get rid of those egg sacs. Oh man, it didn't get both of them. Yeah, we're gonna do that again.
Coming in hot.
Not leaving spider egg sacs around. No way. Athosian prayer. The Dryerwood Part 5. The proliferation of animacy.